Welcome to the very first episode of Cemetery Creations New Hampshire Ghost Tour. On episode number 1, we're here in Chesterfield, New Hampshire at Madame Sherri's Castle Ruins. New Hampshire, known for its famous motto, live free or die. But it seems as if some residents can't just rest in peace. This is Cemetery Creations' newest show, New Hampshire Ghost Tour. Now before we get started, let's give a little background on Madame Sherri and these supposedly haunted castle ruins. Madame Antoinette Sherri was a costume designer in New York in the 1920s. She was born in France in 1878 and started her singing and dancing career in the early 1900s. When her husband died in 1924, she moved to the woods in Chesterfield, New Hampshire. She was known to throw in some of the best parties in the area. As her riches started to decline, she left her castle and stayed away for some time. When she returned in 1959, she found that the outside and inside of her home were vandalized. Heartbroken, she left her home, never to return. The house burned down in 1963 to reasons unknown. On October 21st, 1965, Madame Sherri passed away the same day her house was bought by someone else. So when you pull up to the entrance of the castle ruins, you'll see this billboard here that shows about Madame Sherri and the forest. You have to walk across this bridge, which gives you this nice little waterfall, and it goes out into this big pond that she used to look over all the time. To see this in person is absolutely beautiful. Now, this is one of the trails that you walk up, and this is the main trail that you go to get up to the castle, or technically what's left of the castle. You'll see this really big stone wall that covers a lot of the property, which I'm sure marked off what she owned. There's the two signs that show you can either go to the castle, which is on the right, or on the left, which is a trail named after the woman who owned the property after Madame Sherri had passed away. Now, this is the very first thing you see right before you get to the house. You'll see the big staircase that goes way up into the heavens, which is why it was known as the staircase to heaven. And you'll also see some shorter staircases off to the left. Okay, so as you leave the floor of Madame Sherri's house, which you can see a lot of it's already taken over by grass, you're going to come to these stairs here. And there's this trail that leads over here. And Gabby Graves and Hellish Haley are already there. But, oh, there's a spider web. Oh, jeez,
Sorry, did I get in there?
No, you're fine.
You didn't.
And then here's the.
There's a devil trap.
There's Hellish Haley.
Hello.
And then this is the basement of Madame Sherri's castle. And what's
Look.
up there? Oh,
Look on the ceiling.
what is that?
I don't know.
That's stuff you see in Supernatural.
Well, they had. Oh, there's a spider up there.
There's a crowd
There's-
underground over here. Run.
It says run.
It's the first thing that I saw.
So, unfortunately, there seems to be a lot of graffiti, but
And there seems to be like some different languages going on some of these graffitis.
Hey,
Like, I don't know
song
what this
from
says.
Citizen Zero. Save the Queens over there.
It says save the queen.
it does say Save the Queen.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know.
That's Latin.
Is
How
it
do you
really?
know it's Latin?
Because look at it.
All right, we're gonna do a EVP session down here.
Woo!
Okay, so we're gonna start our EVP session for Madame Sherri's castle. Madame Sherri, are you here today? How do you feel about your house burning down? Do you like that people come and visit your house? Stupid bugs.
Your camera keeps going in and out of focus.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's freaky.
Well, if it's not just Madam Sherri here, there could be someone else.
Yeah, that's what these are from.
Is there anyone else here that hangs out at Madam Sherri's house?
Did you like to party back in the day?
Unfortunately, we captured no EVPs at this time, just my camera going in and out of focus. Okay, starting EVP session number 2. And we're on Madam Sherri's staircase to heaven. Madam Sherri, what did you think of your staircase to heaven? Was it one of your favorite parts of your house? How much time did you spend entertaining guests on the staircase? Though no EVPs were captured, I kept feeling like someone was behind me on the steps during this entire session. So here's a few more pictures of the ruins. There's the stairway to heaven, which is about 2 stories high when you get up to the top, which I don't advise going to the top because it looks like it could fall apart at any minute. There's another staircase that goes what I assume would have been right directly to the front door. There's some pillars left over, and even this fireplace that unfortunately had some fireworks trash and a PBR can, which I feel like if you're going to go up there, you should really try to respect what's left of the house and not ruin it. So there's a couple of the pillars that are left standing from the house, and as you can see, a lot of grass and weeds are trying to take over the ruins of the house. While others may have captured paranormal activity, we here at Cemetery Creations did not capture any EVPs, light orbs, or shadow figures. Though I will say that it is definitely creepy at Madam Sherri's, and you never truly feel like you are alone. For Cemetery Creations, I'm Daniel Halloween. Thanks for watching.